Respect, lovely family. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate your coming on board. Lovely family, we've been missing for some few days now. I'm back. We are back online. How many of you remember Cyril Ramaphosa? Ramaphosa is trending. Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, is trending after being humiliated. I know many of you watched those videos. How many of you remember his speech, this particular one?
What Donald Trump has to do with South African land, because he's never been here. And he must keep his America, we will keep our South Africa. That is what he must do. South Africa is our land. South Africa belongs to all the people who live here in South Africa. It does not belong to Donald Trump. He can keep his America. And Ene is even worse. He is even worse. When I meet him, I will tell him. I will say, you, Donald Trump, you are even worse because your forebears came to America. They found the native, the indigenous Americans. They wiped them out. They nearly all of them.
You all can see how Ramaphosa was so loud and bold before going to the United States. Ramaphosa was so loud, proving to all of us that he's a Pan-African who understands the value of leader, his value of being a leader of South Africa, and the United States cannot interfere in the affairs of South Africa or dictate what happened in South Africa. He is in charge. Ramaphosa was giving us the vibe. And all of a sudden, Ramaphosa needs to go to the United States. Listen, the president of Ghana actually joined the conversation along with other presidents in Africa. And according to John Dramani Mahama, in an article published by Joy News, which is a media house in Ghana, the president of Ghana has strongly criticized the US President Donald Trump for making unfounded claims about a white genocide in South Africa during the meeting with South Africa President Cyril Ramaphosa. Mahama described Trump's statement as an assault to all Africans and a destruction of historical truths. John Dramani Mahama, the president of Ghana, argued that Trump's attitude perpetuates a colonial-era narrative and undermines the struggle Africans have faced against oppression. He highlighted also the importance of African solidarity in this particular time and recalling Ghana's support for South Africa during the apartheid era. Mahama emphasized that African nations must stand together against such misinterpretation to protect their shared history and dignity. Additionally, he pointed out the ongoing economic disparities in South Africa, where despite making up less than 10% of the population, white South Africans control a significant portion of the nation's wealth. Mahama stressed that acknowledging and addressing these inequalities is crucial for achieving true justice and equality on the continent of Africa. John Mahama went ahead and called for Africa's second liberation, starting with a new kind of freedom. John Mahama said Africa needs a second freedom liberation, not from colonial rule, but from poverty, justice, and inequality, which is a fact. And John Dramani Mahama, the president of Ghana, believes that this new freedom must focus on economic independence and correcting historical lies. Number 2, economic justice. Mahama said Africa's resources are often exploited by foreign powers, and he wants Africa countries to take control of their own economy, which is something that he is even practicing in Ghana already, especially in areas like mining and trade. Local people, according to John Dramani Mahama, should benefit from their land and natural resources and natural wealth. And he's taking that step, which happened recently. Number 3, Mahama pointed out the telling of African true story. He argued or urged that Africa's history has been told by outsiders in a way that distorts the truth. He called for Africans to reclaim our stories and teach the world about our real heroes, culture, and struggles. He went on and concluded by saying that African leaders must be brave, honest, and united. He encouraged also the youth, which I'm part of, to take charge and help build a better future for the continent through education, activism, and innovation. I'm part of that agenda. We want to speak and tell the story from African point of view and African standpoint. Ramaphosa has been humiliated because Africans, we fail to take a stand. We fail to tell the story on our own. We fail to control a narrative. We don't even control the media. We don't control our data. We don't control shishi. An African leader will go and sit down, a whole president, and Ramaphosa sitting there, and the United States president is talking to you like a schoolboy. Ramaphosa embarrassed the entire Africa. Honestly speaking, when Ramaphosa was about to go there, analysis were showing from the United States that he's going to be disgraced already. He's going to be disgraced. Everything was showing. Some analysis from the United States were saying that just as Zelensky was humiliated at the White House, same thing is going to happen to Ramaphosa. And truly, Ramaphosa, you got there. The center focus or the center purpose of the meeting, the reason and the purpose of which Ramaphosa took the taxpayers' money of South Africa with his delegate or whatever it is. Even he took the white man or the white party who is a DA in collaboration with Ramaphosa. They went there to prove a point. The center of the conversation is to clear the image of South Africa, not to go there and be diplomatic and try to be intellectual and show. No. That was not the reason why Ramaphosa went there. Ramaphosa went there because Donald Trump has tarnished and dragged the image of South Africa everywhere that white genocide is happening. In South Africa, they are taking land by force and then they are unaliving white people in South Africa. That was the reason why Ramaphosa went there. Not because they want to go and play golf or whatever it is that Ramaphosa was putting on board. Nah, it has nothing to do with aircraft. This kind of conversation they were having there, I was pissed off when I was watching the whole news. I was watching everything on Fox News live. One of the things you have to understand is that everything Donald Trump said was captured on tape and coverage all over the world. So you cannot go to the United States and try to clear the image or clean the image of South Africa off camera. You have to do it while the camera is on you. BBC is there, CNN is there, Al Jazeera is there, Fox News is there, France 24 is there. All the media houses are present there. That is where you're supposed to clean your image, not behind the camera. Because whatsoever is done to the image of South Africa was done in front of the media. So you as a president, the leader of the country, have the obligation to defend yourself in front of the camera, in front of the media, not trying to go behind. Ramaphosa got there and then he's trying to be diplomatic. Oh, you can see like a puppet, just normal, the puppet going to the master, and Ramaphosa trying to give lectures and giving credit to Donald Trump here. When you look at Ramaphosa's attitude, people say he's trying to be intellectual, but for communication purpose, let's use the word intellectual and diplomatic. But what I'm saying is that Ramaphosa is trying to massage Donald Trump to attract his favor, because these people were ready for you to disgrace you, but you were not prepared to defend your country. You went there seeking favor. It's not about being being favored by the United States. It's about standing your ground where truth lies. Because Donald Trump, from the videos and the pictures, has clearly missed the road. He's been misled by his cabinet members, by his whoever gave him those information that he was putting out there. So Ramaphosa, you went there, sat down, and the president of the United States looking at your face and showing you fake videos that were coming from DRC and has nothing to do with, South Africa. Those mass burial that were shown is not coming from South Africa. Those pictures that were shown is not coming from South Africa. It was coming from DRC. Even Reuters News have to confirm this. And you know the sad aspect of it? Every media houses is confirming that those videos are not coming from South Africa, but Donald Trump will not come out and admit that he made mistake. No, they were prepared for you in regards to the genocide, the alleged genocide against the white farmers. After showing all these videos to Ramaphosa, lovely people, the funny aspect is that instead of Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, to stand his ground and say, Mr. President, no, we want to go intellectual and diplomatic, but we want to go in the rugged way, then let's face it that way. These videos are not from South Africa. He's like, oh, Mr. President, this is the reason why the United States is a partner of the South Africa. And because of that, they need the technology of USA to combat this crime. So he is attributing the fake allegations and videos and pictures, which has has nothing to do with South Africa to a crime which is happening in South Africa, meaning that Ramaphosa systematically agree and bow, confirm Donald Trump's claim that these things are truly happening in South Africa. The funny aspect of the whole conversation is that the people that Ramaphosa took along, that these people are white guys that can defend him, they did not defend him, because whatever Donald Trump was saying was in favor of him, so they did not defend him. They just say one or few words, but did not defend him because it favors them. Ramaphosa messed up, and it's now all over the news that the whole president of South Africa has been abused in the White House. In trying to explain anything, the United States is not even ready to listen to anything that he's saying. I was ashamed as a black man. Julius Malema actually warned him that no, if he goes there, all the explanation, nobody is going to listen to him. Julius Malema said it.
Ramaphosa can go and explain all those things there. No one will listen to him. Mandela tried to tell George Bush there are no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Thabo Mbeki tried to convince the leadership of America that there are no weapons of mass destruction. South Africa even released special envoys to Iraq to go and check those weapons of mass destruction. There was nothing. They told America, brought all manner of evidence. America never listened to them.
Now let me pause here a little bit and tell truth to South Africans. My brother South Africans, you mess up by not allowing Julius Malema to lead that country, because if it were to be Julius Malema leading South Africa, I believe that Julius Malema, whom we know, will stand his ground and defend and clean the image of South Africa. The image of South Africa will not be dragged on the ground as it has been within these few days that your president is being humiliated at the White House. It will not happen under the watch of Julius Malema. It was Ramaphosa and his delegate that went to the United States to go and meet the president of the United States, but Julius Malema was the one that broke the trend. He has been trending for this now. Up to now, Julius Malema is not done trending in this regard. Meanwhile, he did not step his foot in the White House. Who is more powerful? No. Let's clap for this man. This young man is amazing man, family. Who is supposed to be the powerful man here? Who is the leader of South Africa right now? Ramaphosa, you are leading this country, but as a matter of fact, Julius Malema is controlling the trend. Now, this is a serious situation, lovely people, but the truth is that Ramaphosa did not see this as a serious situation. He came back joking with it. Listen to what he said.
So when I came in, I saw the room going a bit dark. They darkened the room. And for a moment, I wondered, what is this? It's happening to me again. Because at that moment, we were seated very nicely, and I was beginning to get into a groove of, interacting with this man, and I suddenly hear him say, no, dim the lights.
You see, Ramaphosa is joking with a serious issue that tarnished the entire image of South Africans. I don't blame Ramaphosa making joke out of it. I blame the people who are there. They were laughing to his face instead of looking at him like this. Then he will understand that he actually messed up. Now Ramaphosa landed in the parliament of South Africa, where the EFF is there and everybody is there, and he's trying to play the big boss thing. Watch what happened in the parliament.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I must tell you,
Deputy Speaker,
I feel
Deputy Speaker,
I feel abused.
Deputy Speaker,
I really do feel abused.
you didn't feel like that when Trump was abusing you in the White House. Why didn't you feel abused in the White House? You're abused by your own colleagues in South Africa.
I'm here to
They abused you in the White House. You come to call abuse here. It's wrong what you're doing, President.
Honourable President,
you were abused with disinformation in the White House. You accuse us of abuse.
Exactly. The EFF is not joking. You were abused in the White House. You could not stand up and say, look, I feel abused. I feel humiliated. You could not make that stand, Ramaphosa. You could not. You went to the... this is the issue. Which is any African leaders, whenever they go out there, they are like school children that are facing their teachers. But when they come back here, they want to show themselves as something so big and powerful. It is a shame to the entire Africa what Ramaphosa went through at the White House. It is an insult, just as John Dramani Mahama said, to all Africans' family.